Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Greetings, salutations, and welcome to Dumpster Delvers. Dumpster Delvers.
WWE?
A little bit. I don't know. Sometimes I feel I'm feeling a little.
Holy shit! Who's the heel?
Sometimes I'm feeling a little spuncious, little obnoxious. Just give him the
Sunday.
It's Friday, but that's okay. Hey, Crown, how you doing today?
Hey, handsome, what's going on?
Not much, man. I just had, as we were talking before the sesh, as it were, before the podcast, just had some dinner. Had a nice little rice and sausage, and cut up a bunch of peppers and onions and. What was it? I did the deglazing of the sausage with a little bit of white wine and yeah, I did a bunch of with some adobo, a little bit of salt on that shit, a little bit of olive oil. Yeah, it was great. It was wonderful. Yeah, I don't think I need the olive oil because I think the sausage itself should provide enough fat, but yeah, fuck it. I like olive oil. I get the good shit too. I don't buy the shitty store stuff. You know about the olive oil controversy, right? Where
There's a controversy around olive oil?
Well, I don't know if you'd consider it a controversy, but just sort of essentially like olive oil. Like I like Italian olives. I want olive oil from Italy. Yes. The problem is, they'll say essentially they'll say like, oh, it's from Italy. And the only thing that's from Italy might be the olives, but then it'll be processed in a plant in like New Jersey or something like that. It's like a whole thing. Like they're like the Italian mafia getting involved in like counterfeit olive oil so they can charge Italy prices for just dog shit. Yeah. I mean, like if you want to get good olive oil, you have to like do your fucking research. And you have to make sure that there's the correct markings and all that, and everything's good to go. It's insane. It's fake.
I remember reading something about the tomatoes that were the same way. There's like a particular type of tomatoes that have like a signature mark.
Yeah, really? And it was fake? It was counterfeit?
There were people claiming that these tomatoes come from Italy, but if you actually read it, it's not the case. They're literally just using the name. Yeah. So okay. Here's one. Here's a story involved with that. This is actually a 2024 story from CNN World. Italian authorities confiscate almost $1 million in fake olive oil. Officials in southern Italy have broken up an alleged racket selling fake olive oil, confiscating 40 tons of extra virgin variety worth almost $1 million. 7 people are accused of criminal conspiracy, adulteration of food substances intended for marketing, fraud in public military supplies. What? And adulteration of food for export, according to the memo sent out by the Carabinieri. And I'm probably saying that wrong. I apologize. The raid carried out over Monday in the Puglia region. I'm sorry to all my Italian. I got a bunch of Italian artists too. I hope they're not listening to this right now because I'm probably gonna get a couple of cancellations. Sorry about that. Sorry, Italy. I'm Italian. I got like I think 25% or something like that. Anyways, it involves searching warrants for 18 garages and warehouses. Some of the 42 tons of oil was already packaged, ready for sale. Authorities confiscated 71 tons of what referred to as an oily substance in plastic tanks, as well as 623 liters of chlorophyll, a component of extra virgin olive oil that was to be added to oil of a lesser value. They found packaging equipment labels purporting that the oil was extra virgin when it was clearly not, and commercial documentation including 1,145 customs excise duty stamps that are being studied for forgery, the statement said. Vans loading the equipment and computers were also seized. Authorities also confiscated 174 bottles of champagne that is suspected to be fake and is undergoing testing. God damn.
Yeah, it's just crude olive oil. It's freaking insane, dude. It's absolutely.
Man, it sounds like an Onion article. Like,
right? No, it is. So now, like, I'm just super fucking paranoid. Not paranoid, but I mean, like, cause I mean, whatever. Like the shitty like grocery market olive oil's fine too. I don't want to sound like a snooty son of a bitch being like, well, unless I have the olives directly from Italy and it's made in Italy, which I am being like that right now. Because it's good. It's got a good texture to it. It's good for cooking. It's all that stuff, you know?
Understandable.
Yeah. So I get a little picky. So I got a bunch of like olive oil I ordered on Amazon that is genuine products of Italy, where they're like, no, but for real, this is like the genuine, you know, article over here. And so I do have on my kitchen, like, well, at the time was like $25, $30 bottles of olive oil. I don't even know what they are now.
Have they gone up in value?
I don't fucking know, dude. They're Pokemon cards, not collector's items, or I could just sell it back. I'm just saying, I don't know what anything costs nowadays. Because especially here in the States, we're dealing with some pretty inflated numbers when it comes to our groceries. And
oh, dude, I dread this month's, like, March's grocery order that I'm gonna do.
Uh-oh.
Because I didn't order groceries for February. I still have, like, I basically order like 2 months worth of groceries.
Right.
And like I put like $250 down for that much groceries, and it basically lasts me a while. Mm-hmm. But I'm worried with all the price increases that my 250 is going to be like a month of groceries now.
I think inflation, was it like 0.3% or 3%? Well, let's take a look at the inflation numbers, shall we? Inflation, current inflation numbers news. Let's just see what the AI has right now. Yeah, so the inflating rates, latest inflation, just give me the news. Current inflation report for 2025. The Consumer Price Index, commonly referred to the CPI, measures changes. This is from Forbes, by the way, in the price of consumer goods and services, from food and housing to medical care and transportation. This index is primarily used to determine current inflation and predict how prices might change in the near future. According to the Labor Department's most recent report, CPI in January was 3% higher than 1 year prior and 0.5% higher than in December. So here's some other leading factors. Food prices increased by 0.4% compared to December, and 2.5% compared to a year now. So your grocery bill looks like it's going to go up about 0.5%.
Okay.
So you can manage that, right?
Yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah, so if you're doing, let's say you're doing a $100 grocery order, right? 1.004, it goes up 40 cents. So you'll be okay.
Oh, okay. That's
yeah, fine. Yeah. I mean, and then and if it was from a year ago, $100 is now like $102.50. So at least that's what I'm assuming. I might be incorrect. Listen, Dumpster Delver audience members, if you're coming here for the facts,
yeah, you want that economy analyst right here? Yeah.
It's
I went to college. I look around. I didn't go to college.
I was in the war. I was.
I joined the Navy instead of going to college. I haven't even used my GI Bill. That shit's insane.
Can you still use your GI Bill?
It's good for as long as, brother, I could pass it on to my kids if I wanted to.
Good. I'm glad they're giving you something. Because Jesus fucking Christ. We won't get into it.
Cut that though.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. It's just you better put your money in a fucking coffee can and bury it in the backyard. Like, Jesus Christ.
I look around.
You see just dust just kind of fluff up from the ground. You're like, what are we doing with the money though? I don't know what's going on with that. So today, I figured what we can do is we can go and talk a little bit about. Oh, did you let your audience know, by the way, about?
Jesus,
I totally forgot to ask you too, because I'm running behind and a little late as well.
Oh, I immediately run to my fucking Discord.
Start knocking at the door and just be like,
get in here!
Hey, get in here, please! Okay.
Dumpster Delver. the dumpstering.
Yeah, you don't want to miss the horror stories we're going to tell today, because I think besides Monster, the only other big news in gaming is Monster Hunter, Monster Hunter Wild. So do I. I haven't played it yet. I want to play Monster Hunter. I've been working all freaking day. I released a new class and 4 levels of a new class, which I did. I was getting all adjusted and stuff like that. So now, and then I ate dinner. And now we're doing this. So, and then I'm probably not gonna. And then more than likely, after tonight, after tonight's pod, as it were, I'll probably 1 second. I'll probably play some WoW with Masay if she's available. We've been doing the WoW retail because
really,
yeah. Well, it's. I would have played Discovery, but I was like, yeah, let's play retail. Why? Every once in a while, I'm like, let's do it. It's like a bag of chips. It's stupid and fucking easy. So let's just do it, And I actually heard really good things about this latest expansion of WoW. Like it's like one of the best in a while. And it's surpassed Final Fantasy 14 again. And I like seeing that there's this sort of back and forth. You know what I mean? This constant going back and forth between all that stuff of MMOs being like, oh yeah, well, let me go and one up you. Well, let me go and do, and I'm just over here.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was gonna say I'm over here winning, but I'm not really winning anything because I don't got time for MMOs. Shit, man. And that's why I'm playing WoW, is so that I could take my Blood Elf Warrior Hohenheim, which was available, which I thought was cool because I think that's a neat name. And run through some dungeons in Burning Crusade because it's got the highest XP handout for those dungeons, and you get them knocked out pretty quick. And they have all the quests in the beginning of the dungeons, which I thought was pretty neat. And you can also get fucking from there. I will tell you right now though, running a dungeon in Final Fantasy 14 and running a dungeon in WoW are two different worlds. They are two different worlds apart. 14 feels really fun. The tank gets to do what the tank needs to do. Everyone goes, yep, you're on a tank. Everyone's nice and friendly and kind. At least I hope they still are. It's been years since I've played. WoW, I got the mage blinking in front of me because they want to pull a group of enemies because they can survive it.
Shit.
Yeah. And I'm just like, fuck. God damn it, dude. I just want so especially if it's late at night, right? I'll get to a point where I'm just sort of like, wait a second. I'm the warrior. Healing me is my partner Masay, who's the healer. So we could just kind of like, if we got DPS who were just like teleporting ahead or being like, hey, you're going the wrong way, we're gonna take this shortcut because I need to cut 3 minutes off this dungeon or I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. You know what I mean? And
like they're competing for that tournament that
like
Blizzard
they're doing
does.
like mythic pluses in like a level 15 dungeon, because they gotta finish leveling. We could just be like, wait, no, we're gonna go over here and just do it ourselves, and then you guys do what you want, and good luck healing yourselves, I guess.
That's right.
Oh my god, it's incredible. Yeah, so it's literally just two different fucking things. Yeah, especially yesterday, I saw that a lot where people just run in and or might be a little slow, and people are like, "What's the hold up?" I'm like, "You've been waiting 1 minute. Give it a second."
Where are you?
It's like I get a level up. I want to pick a talent, and I can't because I'm in combat again because someone needs to pull, and I'm just like, I'm desperately trying to get my talents in because especially for warrior, like there's just a lot of AOE talents and a lot of rage generating talents that you're essentially fucking useless if you don't have talents as a warrior. Like as a paladin, right? You could just, I got MP and my MP5 is going to be crazy while I'm leveling up. You don't have to worry about food and drink when you're leveling in retail. But with warriors, you still got to generate rage, and that all comes from your talents letting you generate that shit and some abilities. So you don't get to, there was a few times where I thought I was playing classic WoW because I'm just standing there with like nothing to do, and I don't have rage.
Miss.
It's miss, but also like not generating any rage, so I can't do any abilities. So I'm just sitting there, just hitting the enemy, just doing nothing. So, but yeah. So. I definitely like, especially like if it's like late at night and I'm getting a little eepy, right? I definitely put on the I don't give a fuck hat and do what I want. And then if people complain, I go, okay, leave. Just fucking go.
I don't care.
Yeah, bye. Get out of here, And it's just it. And then, I mean, I guess all 3 DPS could kick me out, but I mean, that just feels like that would be a systematic problem of WoW at that point if we've got like an audience of people who are just like, he's not optimizing his tanking. He's not jumping the corner, so we're not fighting this pack of enemies. It's like, this encounter's gonna be what, 15 seconds? You could wait a second. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Just absolutely. So, today, I thought it would be fun. So besides that, did you have anything you want to talk about? You didn't have anything you want to talk about, right?
I want to play Monster Hunter.
I know you do, bud. I know you do. Well, maybe we'll...
Oh, actually.
Yeah, please.
I do, actually.
Okay.
Where'd you get Hero Point from?
Where'd I get Hero Point from?
Where'd you get Hero Point from?
I think it's a D&D term.
It's a Pathfinder term.
I think Hero Point. Well, so we got so Hero. Well, let's look it up.
Because when you said that to me, I was like, this motherfucker doesn't want me to talk about Pathfinder, and he's using Hero Points in a goddamn D&D game, and that's like my bread and butter.
Well, so Hero Point came. So we did have Hero Point in the original hardcore rules. The only exception to it was you had to spend a Hero Point before a roll to get advantage, or before the enemy rolls to get disadvantage. And then I went, I don't fucking care. You could just just say I want to reroll, and that's fine. So in Dungeons and Dragons, one major goal, blah blah blah. One major goal a lot of DMs want to achieve is making their players feel like heroes. That's the core of most campaigns. The player's character overcomes great odds to become the heroes of their individual group or story. Hero points help track rewards for your progress, an opportunity that most of us wish we could use in our real lives, looking for a situation and not just wanting it to go blah, blah, blah. So what are hero points? Hero points are an optional rule in the DM's guide. This is 2014, probably not 2024, that allow players to bolster their rolls. Each player gets so many hero points per level. The breakdown of this will be explained further. Unlike other class features and resources regained, you could only have a set amount until your next time you level up. Hero points to feel like superhero. Okay, what is it? So given the chance to bend fate, alter. So how to use hero points? Thank you. Using the, you start with 5 hero points. There are only 5. Bring it level 1. You play. Oh, this is a D6 roll. Okay, so I mixed up hero points with inspiration. I don't like using the term inspiration because of bardic inspiration. And now they named it like heroic inspiration. I don't like that. It's like you got bardic inspiration, they got inspiration, they got bardic, and it's just that. So I just went, oh, I think it's hero points. I think it's called hero points. I do remember talking about it briefly in our last game. It was a Pathfinder thing, and I was like, oh yeah, hero points is the thing where you just reroll a d20. It's like a lucky roll, essentially. So
Correct. You can use it to reroll any d20 check. So yeah. I was like, oh
yeah. I mean, it's an optional rule in D&D, except for D&D, it's like a d6. So you get to add a d6 to attack an ability or saving throw to like boost that, which is also kind of neat a little bit. But I do kind of want to play around with the actual term inspiration / heroic inspiration in the D&D side of things, as it were. A little bit, especially with this new hardcore game. We're gonna have since it is a like winter survival kind of thing, right? We're definitely gonna have camping mechanics, and
nice.
Some of those mechanics will include like you get an inspiration for the next day, you know, that
Oh
you
my
could
God,
go ahead
brother.
and use. But
I need you to go play Darkest Dungeon 1 right now.
I have played Darkest.
Right now.
I have played Darkest.
I need you to play it again.
Oh,
I need you to play it
that.
again. Hey, brother, you want to stress this? I just released my stress system for 5th edition.
I know you have.
Do you want to introduce the stress system for the brand new game?
You want to play D&D? You want to play D&D with stress so bad? I know you do.
I want it. So I'll give it to you.
I know
you don't even need to get. You don't even need to be that tier on the Patreon. I'll just give it to you.
I know you'll give it to me.
I'll give you all the items that also reduce your stress. I'll anything you want. I'll give you all the rules.
I'll let you. I'll let you know. I already have a hard time keeping track of the normal shit. I know, man. I know. One day, maybe one day, maybe one day. Well, the hardest thing that it is to try with stress and like madness rules and things like that. And some people get offended when you use rule sets like that because it's like, oh, you're gamifying like mental illness, like you're making light of it, you know. And well, to me, like I guess, but at the same time, like on my personal view, I'm like, but there's like a lot of things in video games and stuff like that you can quite literally compare to one another, and it's definitely not meant to be a slight, you know. I think it's specifically when it comes to like quote unquote madness rules, as it were, which I think it'd be interesting to have like sort of like a breakdown mechanic in your games. But
I have that for you. I have it. Just ask. It's all yours.
D&D has it, or did have it. They don't have it.
I don't care about that. I push Wizards of the Coast out of the way. I want to play Darkest Dungeon Dungeons and Dragons.
I know. There, God, I can't remember it now, but there is like a cool, like homebrew system that kind of uses 4E a little bit with their 5E that is essentially modeled after Darkest Dungeons. I wish I could remember what it is. But it essentially has a lot of 4E. But I want to bring 4E back into 5E.
Yes!
With specifically with some of the development tools. And we've talked about this before, how CR is garbage and we really should be moving to a monster level system, which was funny because Mike Merrills, one of the lead designers at 5E and then left Wizards at 2023, on his Patreon, he's currently introducing a monster level system because because I think he was a 4E designer as well. That's what he thought worked really well for DMs. But yeah, one of the things Mike Merrill said, and I'm probably saying this wrong incorrectly, and I do apologize about this, is literally, yeah, it literally, quite literally, mentions how 5E is just awful for DMs. And I'm just kind of like, you know what? It is a simple system, but it is terrible for, there is no DM support. You can play the game really easily, but DM support is fucking out there. You know what I mean? Like it's just completely fucking out there. So wait, what did I say? My brain just like shut. What was the last thing I said? Did I literally?
Dude, are you okay?
No. I'm fine. I totally forgot what I was talking about.
You were mid-talk.
I know. Well, I think I said something and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Wait, what was the last thing we were talking about?
You're talking about this gentleman's Patreon and how he's doing leveling for monsters.
Oh yeah, we were talking about how I was talking specifically about the DM tools are non-existent. But I said something that apparently was like a Pavlovian, or however you say that term, like response to be like, reset, you don't remember what you just were talking
Pavlovian.
about. Yeah, Pavlovian response there, like, erase the last 20 seconds. And I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to me that this is such a simple game and yet has no fucking tools for the DM to build their shit. And I don't know why they did that. I don't. And the more I look at it from that response, I'm going on a rant, sorry about this. The more I look at it from that response, right, I'm just kind of like, wait a minute. Yeah, why the fuck did you not do? Like, I understand why you didn't do it with the monsters. I mean, it's a bullshit response. You're totally lying through your teeth. But I understand why. But I don't understand, like, magic item pricing. Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand why there wasn't a system in place for that. I mean, now there kind of is with 2024, where it's like, oh yeah, make sure they have these numbers of uncommons, these number of rares, blah, 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 these levels, and et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean, there is sort of more guidelines. It's just, and I say this all the time, you know, one of the coolest things about D&D, one of the coolest things about all TTRPGs is that you get to build your own shit to run it for your players. So it's really is, so I mean, every TTRPG out there, and if there's not one, I would love to know which one it is, and you know, in our chats or in our comment sections or whatever, I would love to know. But like, as from the dawn of time, TTRPGs were like, here's the rules for the system. Here's and it was like, here's placeholder monsters and equipment and magic items and all that fucking shit, right? Here's some placeholder stuff. And hey, advanced GMs, here's rules on how you can, if you want to spend a little extra time, on how you can make it yourself. And to me, that was the coolest part of it, was being like, building something or building upon a creature or build upon all this sort of shit. And then kind of like show that off to your players, and you're like, yeah, this is fucking cool.
What I made.
Yeah, and then you're kind of, as a DM, you're really excited because you're like, oh my god, I hope this, he doesn't kill the players. And I hope the party enjoys this encounter. I hope I build something cool, blah, blah, blah. And now it's so frustrating to me that Wizards of the Coast took that away from the new version of D&D. Like, it just feels... it feels like...
We can't trust you to make monsters.
I mean,
Smile.
yeah, well, and it is. It's like, fuck you. I mean, you could put a disclaimer up there saying this is an advanced thing, and we only recommend doing this if you feel confident enough with the system. And then you can also put a list of cautions of like, hey, when making monsters, here are some things to keep in mind of. You know, like you did in 2014. So that I can make the fucking choice. And it is. It's like, when you start throwing around different excuses, you're not telling me the actual excuse. And like I said in that interview, the excuse was, it's too hard to make monsters. It could potentially ruin your game if you make a monster wrong. The system is way too complicated to actually print. The best way to make your own monsters is to just reskin our monsters because we've tested it and our monsters are balanced. And it's just like, fuck it, hey, dude. Like, how many times can you just... How many excuses are we throwing at this? It was 4 excuses in that stupid interview. You know what I mean? It just immediately just tossed that fucking shit in there. And I'm like, why are you lying to me? This feels like an actual lie. Just tell me, the stockholders don't want you to make your own monsters. They want you to buy our products. And it's just like, you could say that now. You could absolutely say that now. The era of customer service is fucking dead. Give me more money if you want to keep doing this shit. It's over. It's just absolutely...
Give me your money now!
PlayStation can shut down for almost 24 hours, come back and say, sorry about that, it's fixed now, and not have to do anything else. And we're just sitting here scratching our ass being like, what the fuck happened? And they were like, we'll give you $5 if you just shut up right now. And you're just like, huh? And then... How
much of my info did you leak? How much?
And then everyone just drops it because they're like, well, I'm not, it's not like I'm gonna stop playing on the system I've been playing on for years. We're all fucking stuck in the shit that we're in. You know, you're not going to cancel your Netflix subscription. You're not going to cancel your Hulu, your HBOs, your Amazon Prime, and they can keep raising that price up as much as they want annually. And you are just going to be like, what the fuck, dude? But you're not going to do anything about it because
that's right.
We have become so, and I'm not pointing fingers at anyone because I'm right there with you. We have become so fucking lazy and dependent on our pleasures that just the idea of letting any of our vices and pleasures go just seems so like Well, but life's so hard as it is as I sink into my lazy boy sofa and then snore a little bit.
You got your shit rocked at work, right? Your boss is a shithead to you.
Yeah.
You come home and you're like, finally time to relax. But your body's like, no, we're going to relax. You don't get to play video games.
Yeah.
You're like, but I paid money for I'm paying an active subscription. Your body's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
We just worked a fucking 10-hour shift.
Yeah.
And your boss berated you and treated you like a piece of garbage. So now we're going to relax. And then by the time you're finally able to play your video game, guess what? It's fucking 10 p.m. and
it's
you gotta be up. You gotta be up by 6. So
it's EP time. Yep. It's EP time.
There are people who just let subscriptions go because they're like, I'll play it. It's like it's like hope maxing basically. Yeah. Like I'll eventually be able to play.
There's that too. There definitely is that. There's times I have to look at all my subscriptions and figure out what I want to keep and what I want to cancel. I know I'm on like Ancestry, and that's a very expensive subscription. And my grandmother recently passed away about 4 months ago, so I was like, I've been on this site in a while. I should probably cancel a subscription. It's a very expensive subscription. I should cancel this. But then I started going in, and apparently there was all these new ancestral hints that was seen from like old archived news articles that I'm finding. I'm finding old pictures of like my grandparents or like continuous like up the family tree, and I'm just like, this kind of feels a little fun right now, you know. This kind of feels like, you know, I'm learning a bit about my history, and I want to keep learning. So I was like, all right, I'll keep. I haven't gone back since, but I'm like, yeah, I'll go back to it. But I mean, I haven't canceled a subscription. I still got a Final Fantasy 14 subscription. I haven't played that game in years. I have a WoW subscription, and I think part of it is also like, I know I'll go back to it eventually. And I don't have to go through the pain in the ass of resubscribing, which isn't that big of a pain in the ass, right? Because they want it to be as easy as possible to subscribe and give them money. So I don't know. I don't know. We have just, like I said, with everything that's going on, we've just become so dependent, right? We're door dashing, we're Uber Eats, and the food is just so fucking expensive. And you're just like, man, I should go to the grocery store and just cook some fucking food. But then you're like, I gotta put pants on? Nah, I don't want to do that, you know? Maybe I could find something cheaper on, like, and then you're spending like an hour looking, like, trying to budget out, like, do I want to spend $20 on pancakes at an IHOP? You know, it's just Jesus fucking God. It's just like the thought and idea of getting up just sounds awful. You're just like, this is no way to fucking live. You know, you gotta just get up. It's not like you're going into town. It's not like a 1 to 2 hour trip. You know, it quite literally is just you just being like, all right, I'm going to drive to the store, which is like a minute. I'm going to drive to the store. It's a minute away. I could walk to the fucking store if I wanted to, but I definitely don't want to do that.
I would love to live. That's the one thing I miss about living in Oregon again, was that the stores were literally, I could walk to them. Here, we live in a fucking suburb, and everything's like 4 miles away. Ain't no fucking way I'm walking that to go get groceries.
Yeah, no fucking way. One of the things I like about like Oregon and like Seattle and stuff like that, is like the neighborhood like coffee shops, like the ones that are quite literally in a suburb neighborhood. Like you're walking down the street, you go into another house, and the house is like a coffee shop now. And you're just like, God damn. Like a little simple, quiet coffee shop, you know, like everything is just walking distance, and it's just cozy and comfy. And yeah, I like, I like that shit. Yeah. Now, let's say it's a Starbucks. Go on.
I had to finish chewing.
I thought you were telling me you had like
I do. Oh yeah. So when I lived there, where we lived on like the outskirts of Portland, right?
Right.
Very quaint, very like everybody, like I knew all the neighbors.
I've heard Portland's like become kind of shitty just because
Hold on.
Okay, sorry. Apologies. I didn't mean to spoil it. Yeah, go on.
So
go on.
where
Sorry.
we lived, It was very, very pretty, very scenic. We had this massive park that was being made near our home. We lived up on like a hill, like surrounded by like these super green trees, basically year round. And where we lived was very nice. There are two things that happen in Oregon. There's one that the locals refer to as like the Great Migration, basically.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Which is during summer, a large swath of homeless people will move from the East Coast to the West Coast.
Oh, never mind. Holy shit. Okay. Wow.
And for the most part, Oregon's built to house a lot of homeless people.
I see.
But there are a lot of homeless people that don't want to do that because there are a lot of rules and regulations in place.
Yeah.
So I remember like bringing my girlfriend out at the time. And we went downtown, and downtown's a nice, quaint place, but just sort of like California, there's a long, like couple mile stretches where it's just like homeless camps and the like. So I remember her very explicitly telling me once we rounded the corner, she was like, I don't want to go that way. And I was like, yeah, understood.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it only got worse when like the riots and everything started happening.
Oh, Jesus.
Where like entire stores were being boarded up, and like that mile stretch of road was only 2 miles, 3 miles. And Portland went from like a very pretty place to being basically a hellhole, which is one of the main reasons we moved. But being able to walk the stores, I missed that. That was great.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've not specifically for that reason, but because like everyone kept moving to Portland. Everyone's like, oh yeah, it's a place to go, you know? And
oh, dude, don't get me started on the fucking Californians that would move in just to buy houses and then leave. Fucking shitheads.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
As somebody born and raised in Arizona, mind you, I lived in Arizona for 18 years of my life. I fucking hate people who are born and raised in California who are like, California's their whole fucking personality. And I moved to the East Coast when I joined the Navy. Then I moved back to the West Coast because ultimately, I'll still say it, West Coast, best coast, aside from California. But then I moved to Oregon with my roommate at the time, one of my best friends, a man who I would call my brother. And I was like, all right, everything's good. And I started having to deal with fucking people from California showing up, buying up houses and acting like they fucking own the place with this weird sort of air of superiority. They tried to, like, Californians and New Yorkers are basically the same fucking person. They just have a different aesthetic. I'll say it.
That's right. Hey man, that's fine.
I throw my drink on the ground. Fuck you guys.
I remember living in California, in LA when I first started doing like YouTube and stuff like that, and it was sort of like I would talk. Here's the interesting part, right? 9 times out of 10, it's not actual Californians doing that. It's specifically people who have moved to California for their work and then went, this place fucking sucks. And then you've got like born and raised Californians who are like, fucking excuse me? Like, so 9 times out of, so what ended up happening, right? Especially like during like the beginning of like the YouTube days and stuff like that. People from all over the country moved to California because that's where, especially if you were becoming a successful YouTuber, that's where you went. That's where you fucking went. You went to LA. You went to Burbank. You went to you went to California, Orange County. You did all that shit, and you specifically did that. I like to believe people do that not for the work, but to say they're doing that. It's like where successful people go. You tell people, yeah, I moved to LA because I got this cool YouTube job or whatever, you know? So, and other people have genuinely do use it for work, and those people, smile, are still in California, which is fine. I know people who have moved to California from like Florida, and they are still to this day living in California. So like that I totally get. But there was sort of like this Like, this is where all the popular people live. So I'm going to live there too, so I could be part of the popular crowd. Oh, God, the shit I could tell you just about being there. I've met some really cool people, some really awesome folks. I absolutely.
Hold on. I'm not saying everybody from California is a piece of
I know
shit.
you're not.
I'll say that though if it makes you upset. I fucking flex at the camera. What's up?
What's up? Come on. No, that's because I'm about to set a preface. I've also met some fucking climber ass, kiss ass people who are only being friendly to get ahead.
Nice.
Yeah. Those are the words. Those people, fuck those people. And here's the thing about those people. Those are the people then go, California fucking sucks. Why would I ever want to live here? Everything's so goddamn expensive. There's too many fucking people here. Because they're outsiders. You know, they were born in California. I know, like, Californians who were born and raised there, see all these people from out of state come in because they got popular and then start, and I feel bad for them because at that point they start bashing their fucking home. They're fucking, you know, you're like, what the fuck, dude? Don't be here anymore. And so, but those people, more often than not, then go, oh, Portland's cheaper than California, and then they move up the coast. They'll either move to, no slight at Portland or Oregon, if their growth was very just temporary or fleeting, most of the time they'll move to Portland. If they want to try something else that's also still pretty expensive, they'll move to Seattle. But everyone, most people usually who move into California will usually then just move out of California. There are things I love about I really love about California. It's a different lifestyle living in California. Like, especially like Burbank and LA and stuff. Like, it's such a different lifestyle that I know I will never get anywhere else. It's just like you were always just doing stuff. Like, shit felt like everything was always on. God, what's the best way to describe? Okay. You know how, like, if you're up, like, super late at night, it's like 2 in the fucking morning, like 2, 3 in the morning, and you go outside, or you go to, like, 7-Eleven, like, whatever's open to get, like, a soda, or just get a little something, right? But as you're driving around, as you're going, like, everyone's asleep. It's dead quiet. It's just nothing's going on. You know, maybe you'll see a car here and there, but you know, it's like, all right, I'm in the the fucking after hours now. You know what I mean? Like, there's no one else here. I should be up this late. Not in California. It don't matter what time it is. You always feel like California's not sleeping. Like, you go out, you can hear cars, you know, as far out there, you can look out to the highway. It's still fucking active. It just feels a little slower, but it definitely doesn't feel like it's sleep. It literally feels like a city that just doesn't sleep whatsoever. So that if you got a nightlife, well, so does California. You got a day life, so does California. It's just always going. Always going. And that's that is 100% what California felt like to me. Was just boom, 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 go, 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 go. And I know, like I said, I won't get that anywhere else unless I move to, like, New York or like prime Seattle. And I'm not going to do that. So that I will miss, but I mean, everything else, you know, just a lot of fake people, and just the general, like, I moved there too soon. Also, it's just too expensive. Those are honestly my major complaints. Is you gotta be aggressive when you're driving. Everything's expensive. Probably I can't even imagine how expensive it is now. Like, holy fucking shit. Florida's approaching California prices right now. I can't even imagine how expensive California is right now.
The one thing I miss the most is it's not even really like a feature or anything like that. When I worked at Chevron, which is like the local gas station next to me, there was this very nice old Vietnamese lady that would come in. and she would do one of the like online like Kino or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she would cook, and she would bring in lots and lots of food. And she would always cook me something for my birthday.
Aww.
And my last birthday I was there, she brought me like a massive plate of like 2 like T-bone steaks.
Oh.
Like these like huge wrapped like baked potatoes and like asparagus and all this stuff. It was so good. Like I remember bringing it home, and my roommate's like, "What the fuck is that?" And I was like, "It's my dinner.
It's my birthday." And then you just start devouring the T-bones.
I walked into my room, immediately like pulled off the foil. It's still steaming. I'm like, oh. I just slammed that, and then it was like my day off the next day.
You ate both T-bones?
Dude, I devoured that thing. There was nothing left on that fucking plate.
Fuck, man, that's insane.
I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy
too. I can't eat. Yet my eating habits have shrunk over the years. Yeah, but damn, I can't even in my heyday. Can't even imagine eating 2 fucking T-bones.
Oh,
like,
dude, you don't want me like peak Navy like physique.
Oh,
holy
okay.
Shit,
you know
dude.
what that makes a lot of sense.
No, man. When I was at Chevron, I was just a fat fuck.
Right. No, but
peak Navy physique was me eating. If you left it out, it was gone.
Yeah, of course. Your body just constantly needed energy. Like it was just like,
give me that.
Feed me now.
Hey, is that a granola bar you're eating?
Like
grab it out of my friend's hand, shovel it into my mouth.
Is that a butter stick? Don't care. Just we'll turn it to energy right now.
This black hole inside my chest that I'm just fucking filling with food and beer.
Man, so I miss those days of just being immune, and then your metabolism goes night. Bedtime.
No more.
Yeah, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm fucking quitting. I'm done. So.
Oh, please.
So yeah, God, I keep chewing my fucking throat lozenge. No, I don't want to. It's kind of like a menthol center that's just terrible. Eventually, what ends up happening is you'll suck it down so much that even if it just like pokes your tooth, it's like cracks, breaks open. You're just like, oh, I don't want it. I don't want it. Before we continue, I want to go ahead and thank our lovely people over on the Patreon. Thank you so much. If you didn't know, Dumpster Television has its own Patreon where we upload ad-free audio with no background music, no ad reads like this, and high-quality audio that uses both my recorded audio and Crown's audio.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, so by joining, you get to do that. We've got an additional tier where we do a little bit of an after show that only gets posted up there. In fact, let me take a look at the Patreon because I want to put up a challenge.
A challenge?
Yes. So yes, a little bit of a challenge. 1 second. So Crown, before we continue our Patreon ad raid, this is specifically for content. How are you with spicy food?
A spicy food?
Yeah, how are you with just spicy food?
Oh.
Do you like heats? Do you like that shit? Or like, are you just like, nah?
So here's the issue. Yeah. I like when it's seasoned well. If it's just hot to be hot, no.
Yeah,
I'll never eat like a Carolina Reaper chip or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, so you're not someone who's like, give me that heat, you know.
Only if it's like seasoned well.
It's a flavorful.
Correct.
Heat. Yeah, that's kind of where I usually am when it specifically comes to food, right? I don't want super hot, spicy food because I'm there to eat and get nutrition. I'm not there to burn my fucking mouth. But I do like a nice seasonable heat where you're like, oh, this kind of, adds a little bit to it. This kind of does all this stuff. It's really nice, So the reason why I'm saying it is because see where we're at. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we've got about 10 people. 5, I think, are in the $10 tier, or 4's in the $10 tier. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. If we can get 20 people into a $10 tier or above, essentially double our numbers on that. If we can get into the $10 tier and above, when we finally do get webcams, we're gonna start recording them as part of the cast. We're not gonna stream with them, but we'll have like fun clips and stuff like that on the YouTube channel. But that's not the whole point. For our $10 tier, the dumpster tier and above, we will do a special recording where I will eat oh god, what's the pepper called? I think it's a habanero, orange habanero.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about, right?
What are you doing?
250,000 Scovilles. I will eat it. I was thinking about doing it on Twitch, but Twitch does say no, you can't fucking do that. But I think on Patreon I can, since it's behind a wall anyways. So if we ever do get to 20 patrons with a $10 and above tier, by we I mean me, not Crown, I will eat an entire orange habanero live on cam for the $10+ tier. I will do that. I will do that for you. Because we got to get this man a phone.
I will do that for you, he says.
I will do that. I will do that. I am weird when it comes to spicy food. I with specifically like peppers and stuff like that. Because part of me does like I get scared about it. I get a little nervous. I go, uh-oh. But then also part of me will never turn down the ability to be like, I'm just gonna eat this hot ass pepper and then just kind of like squirm for a while. Well, I'll just freaking squirm for a while. You know what I mean? Suffer. Well, so you suffer, but then you do kind of get this like heat high, because essentially what happens is your body believes, because it's all lies, right? The pepper, you eat the pepper, it has what makes a pepper hot? It has peppers have
capsaicin or whatever it is.
Capsaicin. Yeah, I can't fucking say it. I do apologize.
It's a thing that they make so that way they deter predators.
Exactly.
But we're predators, and we went, oh, look at that, and then shoveled it into our gob.
We're so stupid. Yeah. So when you take a bite out of the when you pepper, it's got that chemical that shoots to your brain. You're on fire. You're fucking on fire. That thing, this thing right here is on fire right now. It's on actual fire. Do something about it. Fucking do something about it. And so that's why nothing's happening. Nothing at all is happening. But your brain is telling you by sending you those pain sensors of it's on fire. It's on fire. It's on fire. You're just like, shit, this sucks. Oh god damn it, I'm dying. So, but then a little later on, your body also starts sending like endorphins, because it's trying to suppress the fact that you are on fire right now. So your body's just lying to itself. It's telling the brain it's on fire, even though it's not. The brain's going to you saying you're on fire. Do you feel that? And it's giving you pain sensors. And then your body's going, uh-oh, pain. Get the endorphins going, because everyone nothing. Yeah, this transaction is completely false. So I do enjoy the after suffering, which is you're just like, okay, I'm awake, I'm feeling good. You know, it's said to have like positive metabolism effects for you, so that if you do, like, for example, eat an orange habanero, I think your metabolism becomes like 12% more active or something like that, because your heart's pounding, because he thinks you're on fire right now, because everything's lying to you. And yeah, it's a whole it's like it's a whole good and positive thing, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, if we get to 50 paid members, 10 or plus, Crown, would you eat an orange habanero?
Ooh. Ooh.
Probably should have asked you in front of an audience, but I'm just curious, man.
Jesus.
I'm just curious, man.
Oh God. I don't know what'll happen to me, so I don't know.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. There definitely is gonna be that moment of like, no matter what happens, you're gonna be a moment where you're just like, this fucking sucks. Why did I do this to myself? This sucks. But that feeling does not last long. And then, I mean, it's gonna feel forever because it's gonna be like 10, 15 minutes of that, I want to say, right? But then the calm comes in and everything kind of settles down a bit. Everything calms down. Everything alleviates. Then you feel nice. You feel relaxed. It's described as a runner's high. You know, it's like
a runner's high.
It's like you just did a big.
I can't even run. What do you mean?
That's what I'm saying, man. Don't you?
What does that mean?
Don't you want to know what a runner's high? You can feel it, man. You'll be able to feel it.
I don't want to run.
I don't know if you don't. That's why you eat the pepper, so you don't have to run. I'm like, I want to feel like I ran, but I didn't actually run. You're like, eat this. You're like, Jesus Christ, so fucking hot. Yeah. What do you say? What do you say, Crown? What do you say? Something to build up to. What do you say? One pepper. I'll even.
What was the number?
I said 50. So 20 for me, 50 for you.
Yeah, at 50, sure.
Yeah, and I would join at the 50 as well. And we'll make those exclusive content for the $10+ tiers. And then we'll talk about it in the next one.
Very well, very well.
You agreed hesitantly, but I'll take that. I'll take that. That works. It wasn't a no. That's what it was. It was a fuck.
Yeah, I'll try it once. Then you all could watch me get shipped to the ER.
Yeah, fucking obliterated. So there you go. Something to look forward to. So our next one is, we're currently got 10 users who are $10 plus. If we can get that number to 20, I'll do a on-cam post-show where I'll eat an orange habanero. And then if we get to 50, Crowned on cam and myself will do an orange habanero. And then if that actually works, maybe I'll just keep adding hotter peppers to the list.
Oh, hold on.
Not for you. No, you didn't agree.
Like, wait a minute.
You didn't agree on anything. No, that I. But for 100, like, would you eat a a Carolina Reaper or a ghost pepper?
I thought this was a podcast.
It's podcasty enough. We can definitely talk.
You're trying to kill me over here.
I'm not trying to kill you. Won't die. You'll be fine. No one's died from it unless you have like an allergic reaction to like nightshade, I think is what it is.
Oh my god.
Yeah, apparently.
Isn't nightshade like?
Yeah.
Doesn't that just kill you?
Yeah. Well, so. Okay, I know what this sounds like. Peppers are part of the nightshade family. But they are not poisonous to humans.
Oh.
Yeah, they're not poisonous to you. They're not poisonous to you. Let me repeat that again. They're not poisonous to you. They're specifically meant to deter, they're meant to deter predators. So that's why they give off that chemical. So for mammals, it is that heat sensor, but we're so fucking dumb that we go, oh, heat, and then start eating it anyways, you know? So they're like, God damn it, we became too tasty. And then birds are not affected by it whatsoever. The capsaicin or however the fuck you call it, it does not affect like birds. So birds could just eat it all day, every day, and they won't feel a fucking thing. And then I think like certain, I think it's poisonous to like slugs or something like that. So when they start eating it starts to like eat up their ingestion system and essentially kills them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I mean they're poisonous. I think they're poisonous to like slugs. But for us, right, they're probably gonna be like
what if I'm a slug?
Well, I mean,
what if I'm a slug? And you just killed me.
What if you are a slug? What if you're a slug? Do you want to? Really? Do you want to keep living as a slug, man? I mean, come on. Let's just, I do you a favor.
Sweet release? Is that what you're offering me?
Yeah. I would, if you do, just do yourself a, I mean, I'd do you a favor at that point, man. I'd be absolutely doing you a favor at that point. So, yeah, there we go. Just something I want to add. Also, I just want to eat a spicy pepper, but I don't want to do it for free. I definitely want to incentivize it. 100%.
Nice.
Hey, Crown.
Yes, sir.
What would you say you're a good DM?
Ooh, yeah, I'm egotistical enough to say I'm a good DM.
Okay. You feel like you're doing good. You listen to your players, all that fun stuff. You take criticism, try and become better.
I don't listen to my players. They get to play in my game. That's their whole. That's what they get to enjoy.
Well, that sounds like a real turns to camera horror story.
Huh?
This is going in a different direction than I was hoping it was going to go. I was just like, oh, yeah, we're good.
Who wrote a horror story about me? Yeah. I need their name now.
So we definitely would not do the things that we are, these RPG and D&D horror stories. I had to scan through a bit. These are from the Reddit pages, RPG horror story and D&D horror stories, respectively. I pulled out, these are top ones of the week. There are always new stories to tell every fucking week because the human race are a bunch of psychos. So yeah, absolutely. So we've got a few we'd like to read to you. A lot of some of them were I'm not reading just because I was like, these are some weird topics. Always, I'm not even gonna joke around and say fun, but always just great to see essay in fucking D&D games. Just really would wish you guys would stop doing that. Hey, DMs, stop doing that. She's not gonna sleep with you, and especially not in games. Stop it. Jesus fuck. But fortunately, we will not be reading those stories. Those stories feel not very entertaining. But we got some good ones for you today. I've got a handful for you. Hi, everyone. Hello, reload. Hello, everyone. Let me know if you guys. Let me know if you guys see me. Let me know if you see me. Hi. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Nice.
Yeah, my internet just shut down for like 1 second.
Just disconnect out of nowhere.
Like someone just pulled down a fucking lever and just went, we're done. Whammy sound. Like I don't know what the fuck happened there. I don't know what happened there. So I don't know which part of it will begin.
You said
or not.
You said I got something for you, and then immediately disconnected.
Yes, that's exactly it. I was about to. Someone from the Reddit shut us down because they didn't want. The story was about them. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we're gonna do some RPG horror stories and D&D horror stories from Reddit. Woohoo! You guys seemed to enjoy it last time, and I sure as heck like talking about it.
Nice.
And it's also good to be like, oh man, that's fucking hot garbage, man. Let's not do that. Okay. Here we go. It's time. Right over here. Let's do it. All right. We will first start. Oh yeah, this was weird. This was a weird one to start with, but I think this is the best one to start. Crowned.
Yes, sir.
The title is called Player Upset That My Character Gets to Shine.
Okay. It said player upset?
Yes.
Okay, so there's conflict between the party.
What?
Interesting.
What if it was a DM talking about this? That their DM PC didn't get to shine. What if that's what this story is about?
I don't feel like that'd be on the horror story. I feel like that'd be clowned off the horror story subreddit.
Pretty fucking quickly. Okay.
Somebody went, the players interrupted my DM PC monologue.
My cool scene that I had everything planned out. I
You're
practiced.
supposed to save the maiden, and everything is supposed to be really cool.
And then she gives my character a kiss on the nose and says, "Thank you, Mario."
Okay. This is a bit of a long one, so get yourself cozy. Get yourself a blankie and all that. After 5 years of playing D&D with the same people. Oh, sorry, hold on one second. Actually, you know what? Since I'm gonna be talking a lot, I'm gonna get a throat lozenge.
Nice.
I feel like I'm teasing our listeners and our live viewers. Let's see. Also, give me 1 second, because I'm hoping is the YouTube channel still working? 1 second. Dumpster Delvish. Because of the disconnect we had, I have to double check on this real quick. Oh, wait, that's not it. Dumpster Delvers. Dumpster Delvers. Making sure. Some good ones for. All right, okay, we are live. Okay, good. Anyways, continuing on. Sorry about that. I got my throat lozenge, and I'm ready to go. All right, here we go. After 5 years of playing D&D with the same people, finally decided to join another group, and it wasn't a good experience. We have a bunch of other players who are not important. DM, me, and the exploiter who we will call Troy. Troy isn't a min-maxer per se, in the common sense that they would go around Reddit and find some busted build, which I think you've talked about before, right, Crown?
I hate that shit so much. If your whole YouTube gimmick or bit is, DM, I learned how to do 500 points of damage, and I ruined your game. Fuck you. That's literally fun for nobody. Go write a book, fucking weirdo.
1 second. Someone's saying we're apparently still not live on YouTube.
I'll keep going on my tangent. Don't worry. You fix YouTube. If your whole bit is multi-class, take 2 levels of this, 4 levels of this, 5 levels of this, 1 level of this, and your DM will literally want to Kurt Cobain himself, you're a bad person.
It's true. It's true, though. Give me 1 quick moment. It always sucks when we unfortunately go live. Okay, we should be good on YouTube now. 1 second. Check and see if we are good.
Brett
YouTube.
out of the way. DM is just as much a player as the players are.
Oh, whoa!
Make sure your DM's also having a fun time.
Woo! Okay,
let him get his monologue in every now and then. It's okay. You can shoot your quips. It's fine. Just let him monologue a little bit.
He just wants a little monologue. Okay. We're back. Sorry about that, YouTube. Apparently it stopped on my side when everything disconnected. I forgot to restart the dumpster doubles. It's all new. I apologize. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay. YouTube is good. Twitch is good. We're good. Let me start the story over again for our YouTube audience. And then in post, we'll all fix all this shit. So, for the YouTube side, why Crown is going on that little rant, you're about to find out right now. The title is Player Upset That My Character Gets to Shine. And then we get into the content. After 5 years of playing D&D with the same people, finally decided to join another group, and it wasn't a good experience. We have a bunch of other players who are not important, DM, me, and the exploiter who we will call Troy. Troy isn't a min-maxer per se in the common sense that they would go around Reddit and find some busted build, in which case I then spoke at Crown, because I know Crown loves it when people do that. And there it is. Exploiter loves to find some obscure rule wording and throw a gotcha at the DM. How do you feel about that?
This was a collaborative game.
Yeah.
There's no reason to gotcha your DM. Your DM wants you to win, dummy.
Yeah.
That's literally the whole point of the game.
Amen. Yeah, never think your DM is against you, genuinely, as the DM shouldn't think that your players are against you. It should be a collaborative experience where you trust the DM to run a good game, you trust the players not to be dipshits, I guess. But yeah, so There we go. Sentence 2. Troy enjoys breaking encounters and brags about how he soloed the encounter.
I also don't like that.
Like
very cool.
Every step of the way. I'm like, God, I hate Troy.
Wow, not really selling yourself, Troy.
Yeah, Troy. Hey, bud.
Get out of here.
What you doing, Troy? Oh man, that doesn't sound good. Okay, so here we go. Because of this, the DM often gets caught off guard and loses concentration. Encounters break and all. He gets fed up, but instead of, talking to Troy, he decides to run a harder encounter. This is Troy is really fucking up the game now.
Nice.
Because
everybody else is about to suffer because of Troy.
Yeah. Well, it specifically is. If you see your players are having too easy of a time on the next encounter, do you go, okay, we can up the ante a little bit. We can make this a little more challenging.
Oh yeah. If my players like steamroll an encounter and I go back and I'm like, okay, did I miss a mechanic or was it just that easy? And if I go, it's just that easy, then I'm like, okay, I can throw in like another bad guy the next fight. Yeah. Or if I was like, oh fuck, I missed a mechanic that this is like obviously pivotal to this monster.
Yeah.
Okay, then that was on me.
That was on you.
And next time we play, I'll just be more mindful to read the character sheet.
I do this as well. I definitely scale encounters based off of how easy the players clear at the last one. I go, okay, that was too easy. I gotta up the ante a little bit. I gotta make things a little more challenging and a little more difficult. Which I've also, for the Curse of Strahd, I've been doing that slowly, where like, oh, you guys handled the bandit lord and the assassins. Okay, let's up it a little. Let's up it a little bit with the emissary, and then you guys cleared that pretty good. So now I'm right here going, okay, all right, we'll keep upping it. We'll keep upping it. We'll just keep going. We'll just keep turning the knob a little bit. We'll just keep it going. Keep it turning. So anyways,
how much is too much?
I mean, that's the scary part when you adjust, right? It's because you got to make tiny adjustments. You can't just crank it up to 10 at that point because you want to balance the. You can't. Okay, you can definitely ramp up the difficulty. You can't really turn the difficulty down.
Well, so
okay.
So you can, because.
Okay.
Let's finish the story. And then we'll go on to that.
Otherwise,
I'm going to derail us, and then we're going to reach our time limit and be all right, we read a quarter of a horror story again.
No. That's why I want to read these, because these are really good conversations. What were you about to say?
I have many a times, hopefully none of my players are watching, many a times in a combat encounter, if I feel like a monster is too strong, I'll just edit the monster's ability in the middle of the fight. Oh. So a creature will be doing something, and it's like I hear the players like wince when it happens, and I go, ooh, that's a lot of damage. And then I immediately go in and I start adjusting it, because there's some information that's not parsed out to the players when the ability comes out. Right. So there's like only GM certain like numbers that are available to me and not my players. And that allows me to come in and be like, okay, so instead of a +9, he's got a +7 now. Or instead of this happened last game we just played.
You're still learning Pathfinder, so that makes sense.
Correct. Well, it's the same thing I do the same thing for 5th edition, where I'll just, like, if I'm like, that could be fun, and I'll just add an ability to a monster. What happened during our last game was the party were fighting like a mook squad, which are basically like low-level monsters. It's just a bunch of them.
Okay.
And they all have pickaxes, and pickaxes in 2nd edition have a trait called Fatal, which is when they crit, your dice transforms. So it goes from a D6 to a D10, and then you double the D10 on a crit.
Oh my.
So instead of like an average of like 12 points of damage on a crit, he crit and did 22 points of damage, which was the entire health pool of the monk. And I immediately went, "Oh fuck!"
And I like NPC, like shit.
I looked around and I went, "Oh!" And I immediately put on my DM mask and I went, "Ooh, oh, sorry guys. That was the wrong trait. That was meant to be deadly. Deadly is a trait that you add a dice at the end of a crit instead of transforming your dice. So it's like a deadly D8. So you crit with your D6s and then you add a D8 on top of that.
Gotcha.
And I was like, that's what it was meant to be. And I winked at the camera.
See, I can't do that. Because
really?
Nope. That's exactly. I can't do that. If I fuck up, I fucked up. And that's just all there is to it. And that's just the way the dice are gonna be. And I have to let that go. Because for me personally, I don't want players to think I'm letting them go easy or that I'm tuning in an encounter because they're not doing as well. I want players to sweat. if it's a sweat moment,
nice.
I sit there and I go, and I go, because then I'm sweating and we're all sweating at this point because
ooh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, and if someone were to be like, it's the same as if someone were like, hey, can you lower the damage of this creature? And I would have to be like, no, that this is the creature that you're fighting. This is the encounter that we're in. Will I learn from this encounter in future encounters? Yep. But if I change it, if I change it now, you guys will always think that when the going gets rough, I'm gonna change the encounter on you. And I don't want you to think that. Because when the going gets rough, it's fucking rough, and we're just gonna have to figure it out together now. So let's see what happens, you know? Yeah, and that's why when I fine tune encounters to make them more difficult, they're little adjustments and that's what I mean by you can crank it up, but it's difficult to put it back down because if your players know there's a, help me please option that happens, then it stops feeling real, I guess is the way to describe it.
So it depends on how you do it. Right. I like to imagine that I'm a very good liar. And I can keep the verisimilitude of the game going. I can keep your suspension of disbelief going in the game. Especially under the guise of I'm a new DM, I'm new to this system.
I'm a little baby. Yeah, exactly.
When I go, oh shit, guys, sorry, this is meant to have deadly on it, not fatal, and the party goes, oh, okay, and then they all nod in agreement because they don't know what the fuck it means either. And I can lie through my teeth.
Yeah, and they're all looking at you, going, oh yeah, because that was fucked up what just happened right there. And you're like, yeah, just a beep, 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 beep.
Or me going, what's 5 more hit points?
What's
5 more hit points?
What if the DC is just a little higher?
You guys, everybody succeeded that saving throw? Interesting. I up the DC by 1.
I've definitely done that. I've definitely fucking done that where I'm just like, it tosses a random dice in there. It also does, another 2d12 fire damage.
Look at that. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So yeah, I will say I have definitely made adjustments where I thought an encounter that was supposed to be difficult has gone a little too easy. And so I go, it also does this. And I start.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, it just. I want you to sweat.
Oh, it has reactive strike now, and the party goes, what?
Yeah, you're like, yeah, man.
When it's blood, oh, dude, I love bloodied for that exact fucking moment. Oh my god, dude, being able to go, the monster's bloodied, and my party goes, what is the monster gonna get now? And I go, anything I wanted to have.
Anything I fucking want.
Ooh, it gets reactive strike now. It gets an aura now. Ooh.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It gets an AP point, and the party goes, what?
Yeah. I nod, and I go,
what I'm saying is I'm a liar.
Every good DM's
I will lie to you to your face.
We're professional liars. I don't know what to tell you. All right. continuing the story. As we last left off, because of this, DM often gets caught off guard, loses concentration because, Troy's an asshole. Encounters break at all. He gets fed up, but instead of, talking to Troy, he decides to run a hard encounter. Players start dropping in capped. I also went down, but an NPC we adopted used the potion of my inventory to bring me back up. DM realizes his mistake, so he decides to pull his punches by allowing some players to get away with things. Like he let me gain the benefit of full cover by stacking 2 bodies on top of each other and going prone to avoid getting targeted by a spell that requires line of sight. AKA, when a player starts calling you out or making it easy, then the player goes, yeah, the DM fucked up, and now they're giving me shit. And that's what I'm saying. Like that kind of stuff pulls you out of. I feel like pulls player out of an encounter. Troy was having fun too. He is thrilled that his party is dropping one after another while his PC is still in the fight. Fuck you, Troy.
This fucking guy.
It's all fine until Troy goes down. Troy's. Oh man. Whenever you get a player who has planned everything to a fucking T, to the point where they're so fucking obnoxious about it, and then they get downed, they get so mad. They get so fucking angry because they weren't supposed to go down. Yep, I wasn't supposed to go down. This shit is broken because I was never meant to go down. Troy's sulky now. My character is the last one conscious. I use all my character's resources and with some decent roll, I mop up all the bad guys. I felt great. The other players were cheering on. The DM did well enough to salvage an encounter that was designed in bad faith, so good on him. You know who's not happy? Troy. Troy sulks like a lot, then goes, that was a terrible encounter.
Holy. Oh, you killed me. Bad encounter, bad DM.
Oh, fuck you, Troy. Holy shit, dude. I was thinking, well, yeah, that's valid. The encounter was heavily skewed into killing us, with 2 players immediately out of the action before round 2. But that wasn't Troy's issue. He said something along the lines of, did we really win the encounter? There was some BS ruling there.
Ooh, he's going to complain about the cover, isn't he?
He's going to tattle on the other players who weren't supposed to have gained those benefits. The DM asks, what parts exactly? Trey went on about me, how I'm able to take full cover. He said that was BS, and that the enemy should see me a little bit for line of sight to connect. First of all, any player that's trying to sell out another player is not a good player in my mind.
Jesus.
Yeah. I've definitely had players who were breaking rules on purpose and then telling players, yeah, don't tell Brett. Like, I have definitely had that happen before. Before then, someone told me, I'm like, you son of a fucking bitch. And I'm like, all right. I cracks knuckles. All right, then. The DM informs Troy that he understands why it could be iffy, but he'll stick to it with the ruling and move on for now. Troy wasn't having it. He said the party should be dead now because there is no way the spellcaster wouldn't have seen me. He also pointed out the DM is giving me favoritism, such as using the NPC to bring me back up. Fun fact, the NPC was just hiding until another player asked if the NPC helps now that I went down, since my PC is very close with them. The DM, just wanting to move on, apologizes for the imbalanced encounter and promises to have a discussion about it after the session, since we're almost done anyways. That is a pro DM move, in my personal opinion, where you
we'll talk about it afterwards. Let's keep playing.
Yeah, well, specifically where it goes, look, I'm sorry, the encounter was off, but we'll talk about it after the session. But let's keep it going. Like that, absolutely fair. Like good take, takes responsibility. Is saying we're just moving this along for a later time. Gives when time it is, and then kindly asks, let's just keep this moving for now because we're almost done, and then we'll talk. Troy relents, sulks around, leaves the table without saying anything to pop up later, and just generally being disruptive. Like, I know I made Troy look bad here, but I kind of get it. I too would be upset if the DM decides an encounter to kill us, not out of raising the stakes or challenge, but they're out for me. If I did something wrong, I'd prefer if the DM come talk to me than punish me in game. So, yeah, I don't know if that's the takeaway personally. I think the DM was more like, like the encounter's getting wiped, you know, let me make it a little more difficult, and then overtuned it and went, okay, I gotta fix this. It just sounds like the DM just having a hard time with balance. That's what that means. What I personally think. I think this is something that the reader personally has against Troy, and Troy does sound genuinely obnoxious. I don't think the DM necessarily did anything at fault here. I think the DM was doing the best with what they were given, and I think Troy, kind of being a rules lawyer / exploiter, kind of off-balanced and off-tuned it a bit, essentially.
If the DM hadn't apologized, I'd be like, maybe the DM's a bit of a shit stir, but they apologized. Yeah. So
yeah,
good on them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think the DM's in the clear. So he said, I'd prefer if the DM come talk to me than punish me in game. I'd understand, except Troy is a 40-year-old man.
Oh my God. Brother, I stand up. Brother, you are an old man. Why are you acting like it's high school?
Watch it now.
I'm sorry, you acted like it's high school?
No, I know. What if I told you that's not the takeaway?
That's not the takeaway.
There's more.
Oh boy. All right. I'm girdling my loins. I'm ready.
Troy is a 40-year-old man. And the DM is his son.
Damn, dude. Fucking rip bozo dad. Damn, that dude is definitely like a fucking AD&D player. Like 100%.
So Troy, the shit stirrer, is a 40-year-old man. And the DM is Troy's son.
What a twist, dog. Holy shit.
Holy fuck. Huh? Sorry, Dad. I'll fix it later. Can we just move on and we can talk about this at the end? Oh. Oh, man. Oh, shit. So what'd you think of that story?
That's like an actual like twist.
Yeah. That's like an M. Night Shyamalan twist right there. You're like, holy shit, he was the son the whole time. God damn it.
Damn. It makes sense that like the kid or whatever is like a new DM then.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense that the dad is an asshole. Like, damn, son.
Well, like I have definitely been in game stores where there is a strange familiarity between like a really old player and their kid who is also an adult now. Like a really strange like familiarity with each other in like not a hey, I'm your dad sort of way, just sort of like a hey, I'm like one of the guys at the table right now. I'm like you, and I'm going to say things as if that were the case to you and to your friends, who, by the way, are also my friends. Like, it's really odd sometimes.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Damn.
Indeed.
Fuck you, Troy. How about that, huh?
Yeah, fuck you, Troy. And the DM, keep at it. You're doing the best you can. Sounds like you're doing all that you can right now.
Good on you.
Good on you. All right, our next story is called New Player and Fellow DM Insulted My Setup.
Setup?
Mm-hmm.
New player and fellow DM. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's two people. I think it's one person.
Huh.
I think it's a new player who is also a DM, I think is what that means. I don't know. Because it would suck if like two people were like, your setup fucking sucks. And I'm assuming...
Yeah, it sounds like two people though.
Okay, see, I think it's one person. You think it's two people?
Yeah, it sounds like a new player and like a fellow DM in the party.
Dude, if I had two people come to me and be like, your setup blows, dog, I would be like,
holy shit.
Like, ouch, but also, yeah, I guess you're right. Like, if I got both of you coming at me.
Damn.
Oh, man. Yeah. So let's see what this is. My favorite part about it is the story begins with, okay, this is a long one, so buckle up, and it's marked with medium, as in it's not a long story, it's a medium story. So not long enough, apparently. Okay. Okay, this is a long one, so buckle up. I started playing D&D as a dungeon master 2 years ago with a couple of friends. They really liked my style of DMing, so I started doing it with larger groups, and more often after they encouraged me to. I try to keep my campaigns open to pretty much anyone who wants to join, beginner or not. So when a friend of a friend asked if their friend of a friend could join, first of all, too many degrees of separation. Okay. So yeah, when a friend of a friend asked if their friend of a friend could join my latest one, of course I said yes. Just interjecting here, and I feel like this is the difference between Crown and I. Like Crown, you would say like you would be down for that, right? If you had like a good like hobby shop nearby, like you'd be down to like DM some people.
Oh yeah, I'd be down to run like Adventurer League stuff. Sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That sounds awful to me. That sounds terrible. I do not want to do that. And I think that's just the difference between you and me. Is like I have to have a degree of familiarity with you before I do anything. If I don't have that degree, I don't want to do it. I get uncomfortable. I don't know if it's like, you know, agoraphobia. I don't know what it is, but I can't. That just sounds awful. To me it sounds like a gamble. It sounds like it go either way.
Oh, I've heard most of the horror stories I've heard have been from the local game stores.
Yeah. So like it could go either way. But also at the same time, like if it went the other way, if it went bad, I would just be like, why the fuck I do that? I only have myself to blame. Like that's what I don't want. You know, it just immediately goes down. So I totally respect this guy, and I respect anyone who is like, oh yeah, you guys want me to run a game for you? I don't know who any of you are, but if you're looking for a DM, let's get down to brass tacks. Let's fucking do it. You know, let's fucking go. And like, good on you. You guys got a set of cojones, lady or otherwise, that I do not have. I absolutely do not have that whatsoever. Okay. So latest one, of course, I said yes. For context, I don't own a lot of nice D&D equipment per se. I have digital copies of the rules books and guides on my iPad that I keep nearby when playing. My DM screen is homemade. My notes and designs are all handwritten. I use homemade figurines or ones I have from childhood. I hand design my maps, etc. I never thought about it much before, and I don't think my usual players have either. And to that, I say, that's fine. You don't need expensive fucking equipment, beautifully printed out maps, a fucking art team at your disposal to run your games. You don't. A lot of the games I ran when I first started like online DMing with like Roll20 and stuff like that, I had no maps. I drew everything. You see a tree, and then I draw a tree, and then I draw some walls, and or I put like PNGs of trees all over. Shit. If I showed you what my Roll20 maps look like compared to what we have now, you would.
Dude, have I shown you my first ever maps?
Mm-mm.
Holy fuck, dog. They make me sick.
I feel like you have. I feel like you've done it on stream, right? Like I
have shown them. So there are so many times where people are like, "Oh my god, your maps, they're so much better than mine. I can never get into map making."
Yeah.
I'm like, shut the fuck up. Behold, and I hold it up, and people scream. They like cover their children's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
People flee in terror.
Mm-hmm.
I go, it took years. You can do this. You're probably better at it than I'll be.
Yeah. That's totally fine. You don't need expensive, nice thing. That's the beauty of TTRPGs. It's supposed to be a cheap hobby. It's just become a very expensive one, but it doesn't have to be. You can play D&D for free right now.
Correct.
Yeah. So like
You don't even need it. All you literally need is a dice. That's
and you,
it.
and you don't even need that. You could literally download dice. Or
True.
Or you could just do a dice roller on Google, which has the full set. You don't need it. You just don't. You really don't need it. You got a computer, done. You can play D&D. Let's see.
Those are my first maps I ever made for my first ever game.
Yeah. So I'll say right now, and this is for our Twitch and YouTube viewers. I apologize to our Patreon members. I'll say right now that those were my second attempt at maps. Is your first attempt at maps? Like
Really?
yes, like those. That is probably what my like second version of maps looked like. I'm talking like even before that. Like I would use Roll20 pen tool. I would use like
Damn.
I would use PNGs of like trees that are forward facing and copy and paste. Maybe not. I don't know. But I would copy and paste them all over. I would have no floor tiles, no like objects of rocks and things like that. I didn't have or did any of that. And I started making maps right at the end of my Roll20 campaign with Phase 1 of IO. Was when I first made a map. And even then, it was just like a blank tile set with barely any objects on it. It was so fucking plain. Like, yeah. So, yeah, again, never let anyone say, like, oh, I would really love to play this, but, you know, unfortunately, like, I can't because I don't have all the equipment I need. No, don't let that stop you. Anyone can do it. Anyone can fucking do it.
True.
Look,
and real.
Look, here, this is, I don't even know what that drawing is. This is a picture of a map I did that was like sort of like a tactics map, like armies are marching kind of thing, you know? So let me upload that. I'll show it to the YouTube people as well. And like I said, I apologize to the Patreon people for, you know, not being able to see this, but you'll be able to see it on YouTube, so it should be fine. Where did you save to? There it is. Here, I'll show you. Oh, there you go. Like, this is what I did.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, no floors, no nothings, but there's mountains, so here's some mountains in the way, you know? And then I don't know who drew that. That was probably either Dodger or Sput or whatever. But,
what the fuck is that?
I don't fucking know who drew that. I don't know who drew that. That looks like a Dodger drawing. It could also have been me. I don't know. It was literally 5 years ago. Or 6 years ago at this point. Jesus fucking Christ.
Notice how it all comes back to hex maps because hex maps are the best, baby.
Well,
I love hex crawling. It's so good.
Well, that map was specifically of like an actual tactics combat where like armies were moving, like each token represented like a group of enemies who would then go into their own like battle underneath for that. So yeah, we use hexes. I think hexes are fun. I think especially for like world exploration and all that. I wonder if I have time to do a hex map for Rime of the Frost Maiden. That sounds fun.
Hex crawling. Oh
my god. I need to make it more hardcore. That's what people are telling me. They're like, it's too easy, man. Make it hardcore.
Slide. Stress across the table.
Stress.
I go, hey man, this is for you, and I hold out my honey-covered hand and I open it over yours.
Door.
Hey man.
Hey, why even worry about getting knocked unconscious when you can just fucking die,
literally
man?
Die. What if you just fucking die?
Come on, man. What if you just did that?
What about exhaustion? You've always wanted to use exhaustion, right?
Yeah, I love exhaustion. I love that. Yeah, push. These notes are covered in honey.
Yeah, that's fine. You just don't read them.
Yeah. It's just like a little snack for later.
Yeah, just sort of like let it dry up a little bit. You'll have like a gusher, basically. You're welcome.
And just absolutely fantastic. Okay, hold on. Where the how do you lose an article? I didn't close the article. Okay, here we go. Let me open up this article again. I must have closed it. Okay. So anyways, yeah, not a lot of nice. So this guy doesn't have a lot of nice D&D or not a lot of not a lot of nice equipment, and that's fine. That was the main thing I'm trying to say is like, don't worry about it. This new person was a few minutes late to the first meeting. Not a big deal. When he showed up, he raised his eyebrows at my setup. Okay. I hate when like your first meeting with someone is just a dick move. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna be a douchebag. Yeah. When he showed up, he raised his eyebrows at my setup, which I didn't think much of at the time, and kind of gave me a weird look. Fine, whatever. Later on in the game, a new person had a question about a rule, and I opened my iPad and scrolled through my digital player's guide to find the answer. Once again, he raised his eyebrows and scoffed. This guy sounds like someone that's like,
what a cunt.
I know, just,
on iPad. Oh, how pedestrian.
I didn't realize I was dealing with someone with so little wealth.
Raises chin, looks down, nose at you.
This continued.
I fly over the table. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, no. This continued for the whole game. When an NPC became a bigger part of the story than I anticipated, I took off my bracelet and placed it on the map to represent them. I've done that plenty of times. He wrinkled his nose.
Our DM used Skittles for bad guys, and when we killed it, we got to eat the Skittle. That was peak Dungeons and Dragons.
Brilliant.
Dog.
That's fucking brilliant. Absolutely. Yeah, I was using little coins for that. I was using Legos. I would use whatever I could just to be like, this represents this, you know?
We got upset when he got like actual minis because we couldn't eat the minis.
I can't eat them.
He stopped buying Skittles for us. We were pissed.
So fucking good. So once again, he raised his eyebrow and scoffed. Okay, so here we go. He wrinkled his nose. When I pulled out my childhood ogre figurine as an enemy, he scoffed, etc., etc. It was starting to make me feel insecure, but I was having a good time with the other players, so I ignored him. He subtly continued like this the rest of the session. Finally, I was scribbling some notes on a sticky note when he snapped-ish. He said something along the lines of, "I can't believe this."
What the fuck, man?
So I asked what the problem was, and he gestured to my stuff, calling me disrespectful for not bothering to make my setup nicer for my players.
Dude, what an asshole. Holy.
There are so many things wrong with that sentence that sets me up immediately. First of all,
kill that guy.
I don't know you from Adam. You're a friend of you came referred from a friend of my friend who referred me from a friend who referred me to you as a friend of your friend. You are like 4 degrees removed from me right now in any sort of friendship. So already we're on a different base. You're being incredibly rude, being disrespectful, doing it with a sort of smug aura of like, I'm gonna say this because this is the right thing to say, you know, like sort of just like that virtue, almost like virtue signaling about how like, you know, like I fight for the player, right? Which then adds to the one thing I hate what people do when they try to either take me down or try and win an argument, is they start to represent and talk as if they're talking for everyone or talking for multiple people, when really they're talking for themselves. So yeah, that sentence was just insane, dude.
What a shithead.
Yeah. Yeah, so I asked what the problem was, and he gestured to my stuff, calling me disrespectful for not bothering to make my setup nicer for my players. It's not that he was saying like I should have a nice setup, or like, you know, like I came here and did this and this is really unprofessional. It's the fact that he was literally just like, you should do it for your players, and the fact that you're not doing is when he's the only one that has the issue. He said it was childish and ruined the fun for everybody.
Dude, kill that guy.
Yeah, a childish comment, but the fact that he says it ruined the fun for everyone when he's the only one being, I hate that shit. That is such petty ass bullshit. If you gotta make up like a gang to go in on, it's awful. Your point is just awful.
You just don't like the guy, and you're nitpicking. You just want to find anything you can to like shit on this guy.
But nobody was siding with him, so I guess he thought everyone was gonna be like, yeah,
rallies behind him.
I guess that's what they thought. So, but nobody was siding with him. He texted his usual DM, who responded by saying that I wasn't a good dungeon master if my setup was handmade / not professional. You were right. You were right in a different direction, Crown. I thought if it was two people, they were both at the table, but it was a game of telephone.
What the fuck?
Where he's like, look at this bullshit I'm dealing with. And the DM, who doesn't know anyone, so now 5 degrees removed, is now saying, yeah, he's not a good DM. If your setup is handmade or not professional, you're not a good DM. First of all, if you want a professional setup, fucking pay me, okay? I'm not gonna fucking,
dude, what the fuck?
Like, don't be like that.
This isn't a streamed game. This isn't a live game or anything like that. This is literally you coming to my house on a weekend, more than likely, to hang out with friends, to meet new people, dog. What are you? This isn't competitive Dungeons and Dragons. What the fuck are you on about?
Well, it's also that like subsect of like Critical Role audiences that have to compare everything to a fucking multi-million-dollar show, you know?
Yeah.
So if they're like, if I'm not getting the I was gonna say Chris Hansen, that's not the right. If I'm not getting the Matt Mercer experience. Nobody wants the Chris Hansen experience. If you're getting the Chris Hansen experience, you've done some wrong things in life. You've gone down a completely different path. No, but they want the Matt Mercer experience. It's just absolutely just weird. That was kind of my breaking point, so I yelled at him and told him to go, which is a fair response. Afterwards, a few of my players said that I was being unfair. What is happening?
Dude,
afterwards,
poor fuck. There has so hold on. There's either we're missing context from this person, which means that something happened and they're not telling us.
Fair enough.
Like this feels like this feels like he maybe blew up, and then didn't tell us that he blew up. Because I could definitely see somebody being like having to suffer through several hours of somebody being like. An iPad? How pedestrian. Fucking not professional DM over here. Get a fucking load of this guy. I'd be like, dude, shut the fuck up.
You can leave any fucking time, but I'm not gonna deal with this. I would blow up on that guy too. So I think, because the fact the person was like, that was my breaking point, so I yelled at him and told him to go, and just kind of like left it at that, suggests that it might have been more than yelling. It may have been like a whole fucking thing that made everyone feel a little uncomfortable. So afterwards, a few of my players said that I was being unfair to him and defended him by saying that he might just be used to fancy setups, which I understand and can sympathize with. Okay, so it sounds like the player, we might have jumped on the gun on this. It sounds to me like the players are playing devil's advocate for this guy, which we all tend to do. He's not necessarily, well, I guess it's excusing the behavior, but also just being like, maybe it's just they're used to a certain caliber, and they're used to this, and the fact they're not seeing that may have done that. And it's like, which I understand and can sympathize with. And you're just like, and now the DM is also like, yeah, I guess I get it. And I'm like, dude, don't get away with it. Like, goddamn. A doorbell ditch at 3 a.m. at his house. I mean, come on, man, don't do this shit. So, no, man. You could literally just be like, I get it, but also that guy was an asshole. Like, I think
100%.
That's as far as I would have gone. Oh no.
Ooh, okay.
Yesterday, he messaged me asking about when the next session was, and I don't know what to say. also this tendency, and I also kind of get it. There are individuals who are brutally honest, like painfully so, and they're not meaning to do it out of harm. I mean, they don't care of the outcome, but they're not doing it to slight you. They're just brutally honest. And then go afterwards like, all right, see you later. And then like whatever argument happens, they're like, okay, so we're on for next Tuesday. Like there are definitely individuals like that.
I don't know if I could be around a dude who's shitting on me 24/7 and then be like, all right, when's the next game?
I know. I know. It'd be hard for me as well. But for some people, there's like one in a group and you're just like, oh yeah, he's just the asshole. And you're like, well, I don't want that.
Yeah, I don't want Jimmy, whose whole personality is that he's a shithead.
Yeah. I hate it when people go, yeah, I'm just an asshole. Yeah, I'm the asshole in the group. And then just is an asshole, like owns it. And you're like, yeah, fucking get it.
I literally don't want to be even remotely associated with you.
I'm like,
whatsoever.
No thanks, man. You're an asshole. You're an asshole and I got a short temper. I'm not doing that. I'm not dealing with that shit. He tells it like it is. Like, no, he's an asshole. He's just a bona fide piece of shit. I don't want that. Oh my God. Yes, that's the story. This poor guy. What a fucking ringer. What a fucking ringer this dude's going through. And I'm afraid that this guy is going to bring him back in. Being like, yeah, I get his deal now. Like, oh no. And then you're gonna wait till he does something else as an asshole and then go for that. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, I hope that he takes a moment to talk to the players and be like, hey, this guy makes me feel like a piece of shit. And I don't want to deal with that.
It'll probably be later. It'll probably be like much later. Unfortunately, especially as nerds, we have a hard time communicating with each other. You know what I mean? And it's for me, like as a fucking adult, I've dealt with my fair share of unsaid feelings, and all they do is just fester. So I just
absolutely
that's just experience, you know. That's just experience with being with people and being willing to acknowledge, like, I'm gonna be honest about my feelings right now, and I'm gonna be vulnerable, and I'm just gonna say it how it is, and just know I'm not doing it to be an asshole, you know. And you know, there's ways that you can go about that. So, but I do think there is like this sort of like you know what, no confrontation. Like, I don't want to confront anyone. Like that's just, I definitely feel like there are a lot of people out there like that. Sadly, to the point where it is a fucking breaking point, and then you just snap and lose it. And it's just like, no, you avoid that. You don't want to. You shouldn't be dealing with that. You shouldn't be dealing with that pain. You know. All right. Well, Mr. Crown, I think that's a podcast.
Oh, very well.
Yeah. I love talking D&D. I could do it all night. I could absolutely do it all night. So we do have one more story, but I think we're going to save that for the postcast. Yeah, we're pretty much at time. Thank you so much for coming out again, Crown, as always.
Thank you. Yeah, brother. Thanks for this is always a fun time.
Yeah.
So.
Thanks to the live audience for watching. If you want to support what we do, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/dumpsterdelvers, where you can listen to and we had some technical issues this episode, so all of that'll be cut out and edited and nice and cleaned up with highest quality audio. You don't have to worry about hearing ad read, available for MP3s as well as your podcast apps, all that stuff. We also, for higher up tiers, have a post show that we do where we kind of talk about how the previous show did. And we'll also do bonus content, like we're going to read another RPG horror story. And it's about mechs, so get ready for that. It's about stealthy mechs is what's that going to be about. So, yeah, we'll do that there. At some point, we'll eventually do some gameplay that we'd like to do together. We just got to get some fucking time and do it.
Yes, sir.
And I wish I would love to do. Maybe we play a Monster Hunter. I think that'd be fun.
Oh,
that'd be a lot of fun. So yeah, please join. If we get to 20 members with the $10+ and above membership, I'll eat a pepper in front of Crown and fucking suffer and panic and do all that stuff. So absolutely. And if you'd like to watch our previous sessions, head on over to our new channel, youtube.com/@dumpsterdelvers, and go ahead and hit that subscription button. If you liked what you heard, please subscribe on YouTube. We're trying to get to 500 subscriptions and then eventually to 1,000 subscriptions so we can get monetization on that channel. And we appreciate you all coming out. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And we'll see y'all the next time. Bye-bye.
hell yeah. Bye-bye.